Hey everyone. Hey, it's General Manifestation Coach. Welcome to this video. I'm so excited to share this with you because I think this is really helpful. If I could have shared this, if I could have learned this from myself like 3 years ago, even 2 years ago, it would have made such a difference. So I'm going to tell you what that is. It's all about, having an abundance mindset and being able to manifest money in such a more relaxed way about it, just being so much more relaxed with money. So I'm going to get into that. I just want to say it's such a rainy day here in San Antonio. So I'm cozy today, cozy vibes, got my grape kombucha with me. But okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that this whole thing about manifesting money and becoming a deliberate creator with money, you can do that. You can do that, and you can tap into a frequency where you literally are a deliberate creator with money. And what you want to do is actually separate that from the money you do in exchange for work. You want to have two different vibrations going on. So one vibration is that you work for money. Maybe you have a 9-to-5 job, maybe you have a part-time job, whatever you're doing to get money in a practical, A to B kind of way, okay? That's one way to deal with money. So we're going to separate them. The other way is a spiritual money awakening. That's my term, I created it. That's the name of my first course. Spiritual money awakening. This is all about having a spiritual relationship with money, an energetic relationship with money, an abundance mindset, okay? And tapping into, in this area, right? This is the 1 and 2, okay? In two, we have so much more abundance available to us than we even know. Okay, inside of our spirit, right? Who we truly are, whatever we come from, and however this existence is happening, right? That source energy that we all are connected to, that has so much more abundance for us available. We can tap into it if we choose, and if we know how to, we can tap into that infinite abundance. So I want to separate the two because I think it can be confusing for people who just aren't used to the spiritual money thing, the energetics of money thing. And they think, then I don't have to work my job. And then they don't work their job and they lose money. And they're like, where's the money? I'm tapping into the energy. What's going on here? Why isn't it working? So I want to make it clear that you can have both vibrations going on. You can work a job, do point A to point B, and you get your result. You get the money. Okay, that's fine. Okay, do that if that feels good to you. Next is at the same time, and this should be king, this should be queen, this should be your priority, and then you go do the first thing you need to do, the A to B job thing, whatever, do that. But I'm saying the spiritual money part, the energetics of money should be king, should be queen, should be your priority, because that is your direct connection to your ability to create. So what your main job should be to transform your consciousness with money. Transform your consciousness. And what we're doing is we're moving out of all lack. There's no more lack, okay? You have to exist in a state where it would be impossible for you to not have enough money. Okay, you have to move yourself into this state of consciousness where it would be impossible to not have the money that you want and need and deserve and are able to create through your thought, through your intention, through your abundance frequency, okay? How it's meant to be is that you're meant to be able to attract all kinds of abundance to you at any moment, right? The drop of a hat, you can manifest all kinds of abundance to you, right? And we don't have to be attached to it coming in exactly through money either. Sometimes there's a phase that we go through where we're like, okay, well, I really want it to come through this amount of money. And if you like kind of holding on too tight to that and attached to it, then it's like, it's a lesson that you have to go through where you have to learn how to step back and receive money and not force it to come. Okay? Because that's where we have to differentiate from the job stuff, like point A to point B equals money. Okay? We learn how to work hard and struggle for money from this paradigm. This is one paradigm. Okay? And if the reason, this work is like so amazing. I absolutely love this work. I have a money manifesting space where I'm teaching all on this stuff, and it's so powerful. It's so good. In the money space, I have so many resources. I have tons of videos. I have weekly energetic downloads. Where I'm talking and I'm sharing, energies to tap into, and all areas of money, because money is such an expansive subject. We have spending, saving money, all these different kind of vibrations that we have with money. Fears around spending. Who are you if you have more money than your family? Like stuff like this, comes up. So many things come up when it comes to your relationship with money. So that's why I have the money manifesting space. It's like an amazing resource for everything money that you're going to face in your life. So I have in there videos, infinite videos on this, on all different topics. We're all about becoming a deliberate creator with money and having that energetic relationship with money. Okay, so that stuff is in there. I have tons of great affirmations. I have tons of great meditations, rampages, and then I do like a whole freaking workshop once a month in there. So there's weekly videos and then one workshop per month. And then I have those bonuses of like affirmation videos, rampages, and affirmations. And I'm always adding more. So it's like infinite resource. I'm really proud of it because I created it myself from my intuition. It all just flowed through me. So I totally love it. And it's all, what I had to face with my money relationship is I am a energetic manifestation coach. And, breaking out into doing this because this has not been the easiest path to just decide I'm an energetic manifestation coach. Like, that's not a mainstream job. There's a lot of limiting beliefs that come along with stepping into a career like this that barely anyone does, that I totally just made up, but I love it and I wouldn't do anything else with my life, So, okay, so in the group, there's so many resources. I'm going to leave the link below if you're interested in joining. And if you want to ask me a question about, if you want to find out, is this really going to help you? If you're curious about, can you see yourself getting results from this kind of a thing? Is it worth your investment, right? All these things come up when you're investing in something new and you're putting money into something. So like, I'm totally cool if you want to message me and ask me about those things, But if you are someone who really wants to change their money mindset, this resource is great. And you're a person who's into energy work and you're sensitive to energy, you're an empath, you're a spiritual person, then I have a feeling it'll be right up your alley. And if you don't like it the first month, you can cancel and yeah, no hard feelings. So you can always just message me as well if you have any questions about joining. I'll leave the link below. Feel free to check it out. And also, what I was saying, okay, so there's that tidbit about the money manifesting space, which is my membership. But I wanted to continue with this lack and abundance, separating the two, okay? So that working for someone else usually implies lack beliefs and limits, right? You're capped on your income in most jobs. And so we all develop this consciousness with money because it's connected to this, working a 9-to-5 culture. And what I'm saying is we're going to separate the two. Okay, one over here we have the spiritual relationship with money, the energetic. And over here we have the typical A to B, get the money kind of thing. Okay? Over here, if you're building the energy of the money and you're working on your consciousness with money, it's going to take some time. You know, people do get instant results. Like you can manifest random amounts of money coming in, but like I'm saying, to really get to a place where you are the deliberate creator of money and you literally call it in at the snap of your fingers, that can take some time to really get into that and starting a business and stuff like that. But you can do that, okay? So this is the long game, and this is like the immediate game to money, right? But still in the long game, you can get instant results and you can see changes really fast, okay? So anyways, I wanted to say, get completely out of lack. Completely, okay? You have to train your brain. You have to train yourself to not ever believe that lack of money could exist, okay? You have to be completely connected to the infinite abundance of the universe, okay? The infinite abundance of all that is. Because the universe is infinitely abundant, right? This isn't woo-woo. I hate that term woo-woo because this is science, okay? It's just science. Manifestation is a science. The universe is a science. Like the universe is completely infinitely abundant. Okay, there's infinite space out there. Okay, so what I'm saying is that you have to completely remove all thoughts of lack. Like lack could not exist for you. There's just no way, right? You always have your needs met. So that in itself is a new vibration to learn. That in itself is a vibration you have to train yourself into. If you have previously believed in lack, you know. So you want to completely rid your consciousness of lack. Completely. Okay, there is no room for lack. There's no room for believing that lack of money could somehow exist for you or anyone. Okay? There's only abundance. There's only having what you want. There's only having what you need. Your needs are always met. This is an energy that you tap into, and you train yourself to tap into it over and over and over again. And you're reverse engineering this, right? Because this way, work a job. Point A, point B, get the result. Okay, this way trains us to be focused on the physical, to be focused on doing this and getting this result, right? Going to the job and getting the salary, okay? That's one way, okay? The other way, we're gonna do something to get a result, right? We're still doing something to get a result. It's just what the doing is different. The doing is an energy. It's a training of the mind. It's a training of your emotion to literally only believe in abundance and only believe that you are wealthy. Only believe you're wealthy. Why would you ever think that you're not wealthy? Just because it's not in the physical yet doesn't mean you aren't wealthy spiritually. It doesn't mean you will manifest it. You will manifest the wealth. The wealth will pile up and surround you if you keep feeling that way, because that's how manifestation works. That is science. That's a science. If you feel something for an extended period of time, it literally hardens into form, creates your reality, and that becomes your bank account. That becomes what you got because you tapped into the vibration first. Okay? So this is how you have that energetic relationship with money, okay? Remember, over here, it's different. It's a different vibration. I have to go to the job to get paid, okay? So I'm going and doing something, like literally physically moving to get it, okay, to get the money. This way is a completely different vibration. I'm going to move internally. I'm going to shift my perception here. I'm going to visualize myself wealthy 24/7. I'm only holding space energetically for wealth and abundance and having my needs met and having my desires met. And that's just the way it is. I just always have abundance. There is just no way I could not have that. Like, that's just who I am, right? So now that you have this spiritual abundance with money, right? Now you think of the job thing and you're like, oh, well, this is just one way I can make money. This is just one way to do it, okay? This is just one way. And then as you continue to grow and expand your abundance frequency by tapping into it over and over and over again and visualizing yourself wealthy, pretend like you already have the house, the cars, the money in the bank, the stuff that you want to buy, whatever it is. You got to literally pretend that you have it already. And that is a powerful energetic work. That's just as important as going to do the job over here, that going to work. All right, we're going to work and we're going to work. Both are going to work, okay? It's just you're going to work inside yourself, and here you're going to work outside yourself, okay? And both are fine. Lots of people do this one. Some people are doing this one. It's better if everybody does this one. And I think that a lot of people who are doing this one, they've already done this one. And maybe they're still doing it, and they have both going on, right? So whatever it is, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, great. I'm glad we have that covered. Okay, the next thing I wanted to say, and this is so good too. This is really, really good. When you can detach yourself from having a lot of money and having very, very little to no money. Okay. Two states of consciousness here, right? Very little money and infinite abundance of money. Little money, infinite money. Tiny amounts of money, great amounts of money, right? Okay. These are just two different vibrations that you can tap into because you are the source. You are consciousness itself in a human focus. Okay? But you have the ability to go here to lack or go here to abundance. You can think small amounts of money or you can think large amounts of money. Okay? You want to be detached from both and just be in your power, which is you are pure consciousness itself. You are pure creation itself, and you can create either, whichever you choose to focus on. You can create either, whichever you choose to focus on. Okay? Because then it's like you remove all the attachment. If you have lack of money and you have some shame around that or afraid of how people see you and that just anxiety BS stuff that a lot of us feel, like you can detach from that and realize, you know what? I'm wealthy if I decide I'm wealthy. It may not be physical yet, but that doesn't matter because I have the ability as consciousness, as the creator of my own reality, as creator itself, I have the ability to focus in this direction or focus in this direction, to focus in small amounts of money or focus in large amounts of money. But it doesn't matter which one I choose. I am attached to my true self. I am attached to the source of the infinite abundance or the lack in the first place. I'm attached to my source. And as source, I am equanimous. I have equanimity. I have peace. I have wholeness. I am complete as I am. Okay? I am complete as I am. And I can choose to create lack or I can choose to create abundance. I can choose to create small amounts of money or I can choose infinite wealth and infinite money. It just depends what I, as God consciousness, choose to focus on. And I have the power to create either. And one is not better than the other, technically. But you may be conditioned to feel that it's more natural to create lack, and that's your habit as a human. But as consciousness is saying, you're free to create whichever one you want. And all it is your ability to decide one or the other, to focus in one direction or the other. Now, if you are habitually programmed to go to lack and scarcity and seeing small amounts of money, that stuff, if you are programmed in that direction, that's okay. Your human may be programmed there, so you may be manifesting that, and that's okay. There's no pressure to change immediately. There's nothing you're doing wrong. There's no shame about it. It's the way the majority of the world is, okay? So just because it's the majority doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's something that you have to stay in, okay? You can wake up and you can have a spiritual money awakening. You can have a spiritual money awakening. And you can wake up and realize that you don't have to stay there. Just because your family stayed there for years and is still there, and maybe they'll live their whole life there, doesn't mean you have to. Yeah, okay. So now that you have this information, oh my God, I'm doing a YouTube video with gum in my mouth. I'm such a rebel. It's like in school, it's like, don't raise your hand to talk with gum in your mouth. Wow. I'm just remembering that. It's like such a big deal in school to have gum in your mouth when you're talking. I remember even in grad school, we weren't supposed to. And I was like, I would just be like, I don't care. I'm going to put it right here anyway. You're not going to notice. Okay. So I'm such a rebel today with gum in my mouth. All right, so now you have this information, right? What are you going to do? Okay? Are you going to leave this video and continue to manifest lack and not having what you want with money and not having enough and believing in not having enough and believing and believing and believing and thinking every day not having enough? Or are you going to move into abundance and only think about abundance and only think about wealth and immerse yourself in this consciousness of infinite abundance and infinite money? Yeah? Which one are you going to choose? And it's okay. Whichever you choose. And if you're going to choose abundance, but you keep slipping back into lack, that's okay. That's okay. It's a process of retraining yourself and relearning. My computer's going black. I don't know why. Okay. And retraining yourself to only focus on abundance, only fill your mind with abundance, only be in the consciousness of abundance. And you may have to do some healing work on yourself. You can do some shadow work. And that's why I have the money manifesting space, because it's great support for that. Okay. If you need help with that, if there's beliefs coming up that are, bothering you and you're not able to swiftly and smoothly stay in your abundance energy, then that's when we got to do some deeper shadow psyche stuff. Processing, trauma, family stuff, family system stuff. So there's a lot. There's a lot that can be there that's keeping the lack in place, okay? But that's why I do what I do, and that's why I have money coaching and life coaching and my membership. I also have a video series called Heal Your Shadow with Money. Oh, this is a perfect time to talk about that video series because I'm literally talking about healing your shadow with money. So that video series is really good for healing your shadow with money. And in that video series, I have 5 awesome videos in there about all the belief systems about money that keep us in lack. And then also that what comes with that offer is 1 session with me. So in 1 session, we can do a lot of clearing and healing with money, which will free up your energetic frequency, free up your psyche to be able to attract money. And, sometimes my clients manifest raises, job promotions, new jobs with higher salaries, of people that work with me who have their own business, they just manifest more money in their business. They manifest new clients. They manifest random money coming to them, family stuff, inheritances. All kinds of things can happen. Random checks in the mail from an insurance thing that you didn't remember you had, and it's like freaking $3,000. That happened before. So lots of things can happen. It doesn't matter what happens. All that matters is you get to stabilize yourself in the frequency of abundance. Okay, this is the real goal. The real goal is to be a spiritual master. The real goal is to be a master of yourself and not let money have power over you. And as soon as you can master that, then you can have the power of money, and then you can only attract abundance, and you can only attract great things with you and money. And sure, maybe, we go back and forth until we fully stabilize in the abundance. And that can take some time and some processing and some healing. But the overall journey, is so worth it. And it will eventually get you to stabilize in having infinite abundance and actually having the physical wealth as well. Okay? So, there we are. That's it. That's what I wanted to share. I'm really into the grape and rose kombuchas. They're so good. Divine grape, this one is. Yes. Okay. So, meditate on that. Meditate on feelings of abundance. Meditate on infinite money. Meditate on what would it be like if you only ever thought about having infinite money? And what if that was your only reality? Yeah. So then you can completely leave lack behind forever. Bye-bye. So if you are interested in doing any of this work in one of my programs, I'm going to leave those links below. You can also shoot me a message if you have any questions, or if you just want to chat and make sure that you're putting your money in you're investing your money in the right place, and you are going to get a good return on your investment. Send me a message, and so we can chat, and you can tell me a little bit about where you're at, and I can genuinely tell you if I think you're going to get a good return on your investment, or if I think you're really going to get a good insight from joining, or a good manifestation of money. If you don't manifest money, you definitely will manifest money eventually in the future, but you will manifest energetic shifts, and you will manifest different mindset, and you will manifest a different perception with money. And all of that eventually leads to physical money. The last video I did in the membership was so good. I love the title that came to me. It was, Your Insights Are Profitable. Your insights are profitable, and trusting that. Like, this is why, like philosophers, they always say like that they're poor, like what can you do if you get I wanted to get a philosophy degree, and I was an athlete, and my athletic advisor, education person, I forget what we called him, he told me, don't do it. Like, there's no jobs for that. And I didn't do it. And I'm like, I should have done it. But it's like, philosophers actually can be wealthy. They don't know it. They don't believe that their insights, that their internal world can turn into money. But they can. It can turn into money. Okay? So yeah, your insights are profitable. Your insights are profitable. Isn't that good news? Yes, your insights are profitable. You got to trust that. And you got to believe that, right? Because now you're a deliberate creator with money. So you got to believe everything you're doing is leading you to more money. But it certainly is. If you're feeling only abundance, and if you're trusting that your insights about money are helping you make more money, you have to manifest that. Because if you're filling your consciousness with that, it has to turn into form. It has to. Okay? There's no other way. It has to turn into form. So expect it to turn into form. Expect your insights to turn into form. Expect them to. Expect your thoughts to turn into form too. Expect your emotions to turn into form. So if I'm always feeling wealthy, if I'm always feeling abundant, I have to manifest that. If I'm always thinking of abundance, if I'm always thinking of wealth, I have to manifest that, okay? And then when you do start doing that, don't think so like, oh, I have to get the physical result immediately. Just enjoy the internal world with it. And it can be a longer term manifestation process, but that's okay, right? Because you're building a new self, you're building a new reality, and eventually it is going to be physical, and it's going to be such a natural transition, right? You're just going to smoothly manifest the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and it's going to be in natural increments, up leveling. But the whole time, you know you're infinitely wealthy anyway, no matter what the physical is reflecting to you at this moment. Because remember, we do have years. If you grew up in lack, which I think most people do, I mean, you know, you have years of conditioning of lack. And it's not going to just disappear overnight, you know? So take your time with it and just remember, your internal world is so powerful, your imagination is so powerful, and it has to turn into form. It has to eventually. And so when you trust that and you know that, then you can relax and enjoy the journey, okay? I want to read this quote. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, then you believe it to be true. You have to believe it to be true. Every dream could be realized by those self-disciplined enough to believe it. Okay? And it takes self-discipline because you start telling everybody about what you're manifesting, they're going to give you reasons of why it can't, right? They're going to put their limiting beliefs on it. So like just the beliefs, the consciousness of the majority is a lot of limitation. So that's why you have to be disciplined in yourself to believe it. And you have to be willing to step outside of the herd, you know, step outside the sheep. I have a podcast on that. You have to be able, you got to step outside of the rest of the sheep. Well, you're probably not a sheep if you're watching this video. Okay, so there's that. Go beyond appearances to a higher level. That's Neville Goddard. But all these quotes are Neville Goddard. I absolutely love these. I follow this Neville Goddard account on Twitter, and they're so good. Let me see. I'm looking for another one. Okay. This one's so good. Okay. Know that your consciousness is the only reality. Then know what you want to be. Then assume the feeling of being that which you want to be, and remain faithful to your assumption, living and acting on your conviction. Okay, I take this quote every day and I apply it. I take this to heart, to mind, I commit to this. That my consciousness is my only reality. So whatever I fill my consciousness with, that's what consciousness will manifest. Whatever I give to God, God gives to me. Whatever I give to consciousness, consciousness will give to me. Okay? I live this way. This is the direct route into manifestation, right? It's simple, it's to the point. Consciousness is the only reality, right? Bulldozing over all things, right? And just go straight to God. Go straight to consciousness, to the source. That's where all the power is, you know? This quote: "The world and all within it is woman's, man's, conditioned consciousness objectified." Woo. Consciousness is the cause as well as the substance of the entire world. So it is to consciousness that we must turn if we would discover the secret of creation. Turn to consciousness. Knowledge of the law of consciousness and the method of operating this law will enable you to accomplish all you desire in life. Armed with a working knowledge of this law, you can build and maintain an ideal world. Consciousness is the one and only reality, not figuratively, but actually. Consciousness is the one and only reality, okay? Let me expand a little on that. Consciousness is the one and only reality, meaning you think you are a form, you think you are a person, right? And how do you know you're a person? By remembering the past. But actually, where is the past? It doesn't exist, right? All we have is right here, right now. So you gotta shift your perception to see more of the truth, right? And less of the memories of who you are. And be just present right here, right now. And clear the past. Yeah? Be here now, as Ram Dass is saying. Oh, I finally get what you meant. No, I'm just kidding. Be here now. Okay? Yeah, you know, remove who you think you are and the memory of who you are and who you're gonna be just for a moment and just connect with pure consciousness. This is what meditation is for. I like especially Vipassana meditation is good for this. I spent years actually doing Vipassana meditation. I don't do it anymore. I don't really meditate anymore. I think my life has become, you know, the meditation because now I have such a heightened awareness of my thoughts and that I'm really in control of them. So I don't really just meditate really anymore. Only Shavasana and yoga. But I think there's a time for meditation to clear out the vasanas. This is like a yogic term. The samskaras, the impressions on your psyche, the impressions of who you think you are, all your memories, your traumas, all that stuff, right? It's like moving out of the focus of those things and just into pure consciousness, just into purely who you are without all the stuff, just your pure awareness, your pure existence. Okay? So, to manifest, I just got a notification that Neville Goddard just tweeted after I was just telling you guys about that. So, when it comes to manifestation, if you have cleared out your psyche in that way and you are purely connected to consciousness and you trust that your insights are profitable and you trust that, oh, if I feel abundant, if I feel wealthy, that's doing something. That's going to manifest something, right? If you do this stuff, then yes, it will turn into form, okay? All right, you guys, it's been so much fun talking to you and making this video. It's been so much fun. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, decline. And this video is packed with a lot of good stuff. So I'm going to end the video here. Namaste. Namaste. May you connect with pure consciousness. May you connect to the truth of who you are. And may you, for just a moment, just a few minutes per day, feel yourself to be pure consciousness, and who has the ability to create lack or abundance, small amounts of money or large amounts of money. You as consciousness, it doesn't matter to you. You are whole and complete. You can choose either one or both or just abundance, which is more, I think it's natural, because as consciousness is infinite abundance as it is. So we're cleansing ourselves from this lack energy. Cleansing, cleansing, cleansing. Only abundance exists. For all and everyone, only infinite abundance. Namaste.